I'm a little nervous. So I think I don't know why, just a little nervous. I mean, could I drink a little scotch to take the edge off?
Oh yeah, be my guest.
Sip?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna take a little.
Yeah. Oh, you do that all the time, right? It's not just because I'm here, right? That's like.
Oh yeah, all the time.
You do that on the others.
Yeah. Just like
okay.
Only an idiot would deny that, like, you're just like a very skilled and talented funny man. So I'm interested in hearing from your point of view as a viewer and as like an enjoyer of comedy. What do you think is the most important trait for a comedian?
I don't know anything about comedy. I didn't study it. Like, I don't like watch like stand up, and I don't like.
No kidding.
I don't know anything, but I just kind of like developed like a sense for what I think is funny. And I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again, is mainly just timing. And I know people have talked about like my timing is like, oh, look at his timing. He's got, this great luck, and he's got all this crazy good timing, but it's all planned in my head. When you do something, like a watch this moment, odds are, you don't plan that you're going to fail. If it's a 99% rate of failure and then you act like you have confidence, it makes it funnier. So like when I did CS:GO, I would go like, I'm gonna snipe this guy and I'm gonna fucking blow him away. He's gonna get killed, and then I get killed instantly because I knew I'd get killed.
You set up the situation and then you walk into it.
Right. It's the illusion of luck. Immersion. No.
You can count on them to forget the next stream. You have to gaslight yourself into thinking that they're going to forget literally everything next stream. And
I'm hoping that right now. I feel like I just ruined my career in the first question.
Is there somebody that you admire the most that you can think of? The second part of that question is, what in your opinion is their best trait, and what in your opinion is their worst trait?
Idolize is strong, but I admire is my twin brother.
I've heard that your brother exists, but I've never heard anything about him. So I'm interested in hearing what in your opinion is his best trait and his worst trait.
I could say it's his best trait, but honestly it's just the trait I'm most jealous of. He is just astronomically so much smarter than me to a point that I'm like annoyed, because I feel like I am just dumb in comparison.
If you watch my streams, I'm actually like pretty dumb.
I don't know, man. If you've read more than one book, I already classify you smarter than me. So you're already leagues ahead.
That's everybody.
Well, I guess I'm afraid of most people then. Okay.
I have prepared a curated list of the nicknames that your fans have given you, and I would like you to pick out your top 3. Number 1, God's Blunder. Number 2, Garlic Butter. Number 3, Gaviscon Benadryl. Number 4, Harry Styles. Number 5, Gamer Bathwater. Number 6, Garbanzo Bean. Number 7, Ganges Beef Taco. Number 8, Bingus. Number 9, Gastric Bypass. The final one, Gerber Baby.
I think God's Blunder is just such a cruel, horrible insult. I don't think there's like, not only is it clever to my name, but God's Blunder is just so mean that it wraps around and it's funny again. Harry Styles and Bingus.
Harry Styles and Bingus are your top 2?
Those two have filled the same slot because we hit the point. People have just stopped trying with like trying to give me like, oh, G and B, haha. Now it's just Bingus and Harry Styles. They could just say anything now, and it just doesn't matter. The craziest one, I would have put it up here. The craziest one that I get in like super chats when people say my name, Gavis Bettel. It's just shocking to me. I read it and it's like, hey, Gavis Bettel. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, what did you just say? Who?
If you could have a single superpower, what would it be and why?
Teleportation for me. The reason for this, for me, it's just the most efficient superpower ever. And it's frugal. You get to save gas. I literally thought, what's the most frugal superpower? Isn't that so fucking boring? I was like, oh, how would I save money on gas? Oh, teleportation. Oh, I don't need to take airfare. I can just teleport. If anyone wants to fight me, I just leave. Or you like teleport inside them and blow them up from the inside.
If you could go back in time and prank your 10-year-old self, what would you do?
When I was 10, I would probably be either watching TV in the living room or no, would I be outside really when I was 10? Maybe I'd be outside. I'd arrive, right? And I'd come out of nowhere in like a beam of light. I was thinking of wearing like the most chrome like trench coat, the most over the top 80s time travel thing. Over the top, like what people think time travelers look like. It's like those visor glasses.
Yes.
I'd be wearing like giant lifted shoes. like a bedazzled coat, you know, whatever. And I'd approach him, and I'd make sure I would have like something hooked up to me so it made my voice an auto tune, and then I would just simply say August 19th, 7:43 p.m. 2023, with no elaboration of what it meant, and I leave. That's it.
This begs the question:
horrifying.
Is that super chatter like you from the future?
Let's put it this way: I've only had to deal with that super chat for like a month.
Can you imagine dealing with it for like 17 years or something like that?
Yeah, for just over a decade of living with just the fear. But just imagine the vast paranoia I would spiral into as a child.
Your 6th grade teacher would be like looking down. It's like, oh, Bettel, what are you drawing in your notebook? And it's just like August 19th, 2023, 7:43 p.m. And it's just like writing it down over and over and over again. And they're like, oh, he's crazy.
It's horrifying. I would be just shell shocked. But like that would spiral my life into like the worst possible. Who knows where I'd be with that information? It's just a date, and it could mean nothing.
I could imagine you becoming like a crazed prophet, where you're just absolutely convinced that that's like the end of the world. Like that's the day that the world ends. Completely like unshaven, wild, like 1,000-yard stare, and you're just on a sidewalk, like stopping people. It's like, listen to me.
You have to understand.
August 19th, 2023. That is like incredibly sadistic, and especially because you're doing it to yourself, and you do that and then you come back and then like instantly like your mental health like drops, and you're just like, what happened? It's like, oh yeah, I fucked with myself.
That's right, because it would affect me too. Oh God, I would come back and I would be a mess.
You're like, you go from like wherever you normally live with like a bed and 2 pillows to like you're living in a shack in the woods. And there's like unspecified like mechanical parts around you. It's like, what the fuck was I building? And then like somebody bangs on the door. It's like, FBI, open up. And he's like, oh shit, like what was I doing? It would be perfect if that entire thing, including the time travel, was like being streamed, and the battalion was just like, what the fuck is he doing? I would like you to flip through your phone's photo gallery. Tell us about the worst picture that you could find there. Just describe it to us and then tell us how it got there.
I feel like all my bad photos have to do with me being drunk. One of them is 8 cocktails on a table. I went to a restaurant that I thought I was doing like happy hour, and they're like, for each drink you get another drink, right? Like, I was with my friend, and we're like, okay, well, we'll each order 2 cocktails. But the problem is I misread it, and it turns out that like you would buy one and then you get another one free of the same cocktail. So you get 1 cocktail, then another one, that's 2, another cocktail, another one, that's another one. So I got 8. So 8 showed up, and it was like a platter of 8 cocktails. Just, and the people like next to me and stuff were just like looking at me, like laughing, and like they're like, oh look, this guy's fucking insane. Yeah, I doubled and got a bunch of cocktails, and I'll just say this: I wasn't going to not drink them. I had 6 of the 8. There's one of me in a bookstore. It's just a picture of a book, like a children's book. It was Halloween, and I drank too much pre-gaming for like a Halloween party.
Okay. And
everyone to go there, like everyone was like getting ready for the party, and like they're like, okay, we're all gonna go to like the Halloween store. I said, fuck that, I'm going to the Barnes and Noble. Okay. I just remember like stumbling
to the children's section of a Barnes and
the children's section of a Barnes and Noble, and there's like a tree like painted on the wall or something. And it was like 10 p.m. like nobody's there.
You gotta give me number 3. I need one more, just one more.
It's a picture of the floor, and it's a blurry picture of the floor. I don't know why it's a picture of the floor, but I know where it was and when it was. Okay. I went to like a gamer bar, and they were serving slurp juice, like Fortnite slurp juice in mason jars. It was blue like alcohol in mason jars. I got so drunk on that slurp juice that one of my buddies had to like military carry me to like the bathroom, right? I got sick. Okay, yeah. I was pretty much living in like that toilet bowl, right?
Yeah.
I'm barfing blue, dude. So I'm barfing blue.
You're barfing blue.
I was asleep in the toilet bowl, but the problem is we were in this tiny little apartment, so the people that needed to use the bathroom, I had to get through me, right? Yeah. I'm asleep in the toilet bowl. So they go in there and they're like, hey man, you gotta like move over. So I'd slump over and fall asleep on the floor. And then everybody that like would come in would just pee over me. They would pee over me while I was passed out drunk in the bathroom from Fortnite slurp juice from the gamer bar. That's my worst story, I think.